Hey Mom, so today we're going to do a variation on my barbecue stuff, chicken. So for my Instant Pot, my spices are the same old, green onions, chives, rosemary, Greek oregano from the garden, and I think that's it. And then I got dill weed, some dill, and some Old Bay, and obviously my can't have enough. And then this, which is empty, so I'm gonna back it up. That, and then to make it extra flavorful, I'm gonna toss a little bit of that in with the water and some of this. And then the chicken is thawing. It just came out of the freezer like a minute ago, so I'm gonna thaw it enough that I can break it apart. But I'm gonna put it in the Instant Pot for 15 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is chop up all the materials, toss them in the pot. Or sorry, chop up all the materials. Put 1 cup of water in the pot. Put the chicken in the pot. Cover the chicken with spices and everything. Sauce on top of that with a healthy amount of barbecue sauce, and then stick it on for 15 minutes. Normal pressure cook. Pressure cook 15 minutes. Done. And then I'll show you what the remnants look like, and then I'm going to harvest the bones and make a smaller amount of stock broth than the last time I did it. Okay, so this super attractive mass of stuff is all of the ingredients plus a healthy coating of barbecue sauce on top of it. As you can tell from the video, or maybe not, the chicken was still frozen pretty solid, so I couldn't really break it apart. But we're still going to obliterate it with the Instant Pot. So I'm going to do 15 minutes in the Instant Pot, and then what I'll do is let it sit for probably an extra 10 minutes. I'll let it naturally off gas or release pressure. Anyways. Thoroughly enjoyed our dinner. I'll try and put a picture in the video. So now I'm going to make a bone broth, not to be confused with a chicken broth or a sort of like an essence ode to chicken kind of thing. So what I did is I took all the vegetables and everything that I sliced up and I put them in a bag, as you may have seen from the earlier part of the video. I also cut a whole onion in half with the skin still on, like that. See? Throwing that in the Instant Pot. I went back outside and grabbed a couple more sprigs of rosemary and Greek oregano. Oh, and what I didn't mention earlier in the video is I had a little bit of thyme, very small thyme plant outside, and I added that to the chicken as well. Now I'm just throwing in the scraps from the meal, so the leftover bits of onion, the skins, as well as the bones. This is the bone broth bone. It was 3 thighs, so 3 bones. But Margaret normally likes to make bigger meals, so normally my bone broth is a little bit bigger. Anyway, so I'm just, all the pieces from what I cut off the stuff goes in here. So I just kind of do this. One of the things that I see, a little bit. So I'm dumping all that into the Instant Pot, and then the stick probably doesn't need to go in there. I'm taking, basically when I finished with the Instant Pot, I drained and strained all the liquid, and so there's all this chopped onion and the garlic bits and everything. So normally you're supposed to put salt and pepper and garlic and extra things into the bone broth, but I am getting my garlic from already cooked garlic. So I'm just dumping that sludge in there. Excellent, I'm glad you found him, Jimmy. So there's that, and then I'm going to also add something I normally add to my Instant Pot meals but forgot. So, is some bay leaf. I'm going to toss the bay leaf in there, and I'm going to get some kosher salt. This is kosher salt. Not too much, but a bit. You're supposed to put pepper in as well, and you're supposed to put whole peppercorns in because it's saturating, but I don't have whole peppercorns, so I'm putting straight up black pepper in there. So I'm just gonna a couple of shakes. Can't really go overboard because we're gonna do much. Last thing you need is vinegar. Normally you're supposed to get apple cider vinegar. I don't have apple cider vinegar, so go with white vinegar. You want to do a splash. A little bit more than a splash, it's fine. Chilled. How much water do you want to put in your Instant Pot? Well, you can see here how much stuff I've got in there. You basically want to cover that, it's in the light here, you want to cover that with water. And then, when you cook it in the Instant Pot, oh yeah, that's pretty much enough water, I think. When you cook it in the Instant Pot, you want to do as much to obliterate it as possible. So, with this much water, it's going to take you probably 30 minutes for it to heat up. But so pressure cook, and you gotta press the button a million times. And that's it. You're good to go. So put it into a couple of mason jars to have some good bone broth. I'll probably just make 3 and toss the rest of the water out. And then the other thing I like to do is after I strain it and put it into the mason jar and it cools completely, is I like to revisit it like an hour or 24 hours later, sometime in that range, 1 to 24 hours, and skim the top because fat will accumulate and it will be nasty. And you don't want to get that in your soup. The strainer I'm going to use is a first pass straining. I'm going to use this guy, and my second pass straining is going to use this guy, and I'm going to use a couple of pots to kind of pass through, pour one to the next one, that kind of thing. So you need a lot of clean pots to do this, and I've got a sink full of crap, so it's going to be exciting. Anyways, I'll show you the rest of the video later. Okay, so it's been an hour past the finishing time. It needed an extra hour to pressure release, actually 55 minutes exactly. So now I've set up my mason jars. So I've got 3 mason jars and a funnel to help with the pouring. 2 stations of sifting. So I've got your first one to catch your chunky stuff. I've got a fine one to catch the secondary stuff. And then I will have some. So we're now going to give a taste test. It's got barbecue. It's kind of watery. I might have overdone on the water a little bit. I just filled it up maybe, say, no more than 3 inches of water. Definitely can get a barbecue kick tang in there. It's not terrible. Definitely would be good in rice or anything else that needs water added to it. Hearty. Can't taste the rosemary or thyme or the oregano.